Meta, TikTok, and Snapchat come together to form a coalition that is aimed to prevent harmful content from spreading online. Apple Intelligence is all set to get into the hands of everyone using an iPhone, iPad, or a Mac. YouTube launches international handles, allowing you to select a YouTube channel handle in your own language. This includes 74 new languages. More details about these three and information related to two new AI models released by OpenAI and Mistral AI coming up in this week's edition of the Connected Church News with me, Natchi Lazarus. Welcome. This is the show that brings you the top 5 digital, social media, AI, and emerging tech news that you need to know for this week in just 5 minutes. Let's get started. Here is a very unique coalition that's being formed right now. Meta, TikTok, and Snapchat are coming together for one cause. They want to stop the spread of harmful content online. The plan is for them to come together and share signals or key information that allows them to track these kind of harmful content across platform and come together to stop it. Meta seems to be providing the infrastructure for this to happen. And these three companies are the founding members of this coalition called Thrive, and it is part of Mental Health Coalition. It is so encouraging to see these kind of steps being taken. As nonprofits and ministries, we are trying to help people. And when we see steps like this from corporates, from big companies on social media space, it is good. OpenAI has released a new model, a new LLM that has advanced reasoning capabilities, especially reasoning capabilities like a human. That's what it says. How is it like a human? For example, if you ask me a question, I'm not going to immediately tell you something. I'm going to think about it and I'm going to weigh it inside my mind to say a particular word or say it in a particular fashion, or maybe I make a mistake. So all this happens in microseconds inside our brain, right? That is how they are trying to teach this model to behave. The announcement says they are using this concept of chain of thought or reinforcement learning, where it learns to correct its own mistakes by looking at the results. For example, the model produces a result, then it weighs it, then it says, oh, is it right or wrong? Can I say it in a better way? Announcement clearly says that there will be a delay. Even though OpenAI says the use cases of this reasoning is science, math, and coding, reasoning is also the basis of apologetics, church work, and ministry in many ways. So it'll be interesting to see how this evolves. YouTube has made a couple of interesting announcements. One is about international handles. Now your YouTube handle is youtube.com/@ and your name, right? So those handles can now be in your own local language, helping you to create a local identity. They have added 74 new international languages apart from English, where you can choose your handle to be in that character set of your own language, which I think is great because it helps people identify themselves. YouTube has also mentioned that for languages that read right to left, they made sure to put the @ at the end of it. YouTube Shorts now gets an add yours sticker. If you're familiar with Instagram Reels, which has add yours, you create a short and then you add the sticker, and somebody who watches it can add their own version of the same YouTube Shorts. Could be a very useful community building tool when it comes to YouTube Shorts for your ministry. This news episode is brought to you by Connected Church Academy. Connected Church Academy is an education hub, a media education hub for the faith-based community. If you're a leader or a media team member of a nonprofit, a church, or a ministry, check out Connected Church Academy at cca.live. That's our website. We will have the website link in the show notes as well. The AI company from France, Mistral, has announced the launch of a new multimodal model called Pixtral 12B, which is an image-based model. So it can process images, allowing you to caption images and analyze images. This model is built into a text model called Nemo 12B. 12B stands for 12 billion parameters. Parameters are what tells you how much of information this model can process. If you as a church or ministry are looking for a model that can process images, it's now available in GitHub and Hugging Face. The company announced that Pixtral 12B will be available for testing on Mistral's chatbot and API serving platforms very soon. You probably heard of Apple's keynote last week with the excitement of announcing iPhones and all the devices. But I want you to focus on the one thing that this whole keynote was all about. It's Apple Intelligence. Apple is preparing the market with devices that can handle Apple Intelligence, which is being released very soon. You need to understand two big aspects of this announcement. One is on device processing, which makes AI a bit more secure because the data is being processed locally on a device. This takes the privacy argument of AI into a whole different dimension. The second is adoption of AI. People are going to be comfortable with the idea of summarizing text, generating text, correcting photos, using AI for day-to-day tasks. Many Android phones already have Gemini built into them, and now Apple Intelligence is coming to iOS devices. AI is going to become something that people are familiar with, which brings in new dynamics into the ministry setting. Have you subscribed to our channel yet? If not, why not? Take a minute to subscribe so that you never miss any news episode or any other content that we make available for the faith-based community on this channel. Thank you so much.